our nation to stay Syrian. After this conflict is over, I want to be able to sit there and shake the hand of another Syrian and not have a problem. Those are our demands.
Okay, so we are willing to compromise on the not equal, but some Sunni representation, some actual Sunni representation in the government. But we cannot allow Assad to step down as president. We are willing to create a more democratic position for him, but we will not allow to go to the free election of the people.
Could I just add something to that? I am the Prime Minister and I am Sunni. I come from a Sunni Muslim family. So the President is clearly opposing Sunni completely because I am in the government as a Sunni.
We are willing to compromise with the fact that you guys do not want violence as a group. We are willing to compromise we are willing to denounce violence for 5 months during peace negotiations if you are willing to denounce any terroristic groups that you guys are supporting. We know that the United States has been supporting Al-Qaeda in the Syrian opposition, and we're willing to denounce the fact that Hezbollah has been supplying, that we have been in accordance with Hezbollah. We will not support, denounce violence if you, as the Syrian people, denounce, and if you, as the Syrian people, do not denounce entire foreign aid as far as mercenaries.
Andrew, I think you were slightly misspoken there. I don't think the United States is supporting Al-Qaeda.
Well, indirectly, they're supporting the...
I mean, they've been giving the Free Syrian Army.
Yeah, they're giving arms to the Free Syrian Army, but they should
The Free Syrian Army is not giving guns to terrorists because terrorists have their own means of getting their weapons.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty
good. I don't know where you can equate the Free Syrian Army to Al-Qaeda.
I don't think that they...
We have no affiliation, and I can speak on behalf of my group, that we have no affiliation with any jihadist or terroristic group, so I don't know where you're coming from with that statement.
Okay.
Now, you talk about Assad staying in his position. What is your reasoning behind that? What has this man done to deserve his position?
Well, the Assad family has been in power since the 1970s.
You don't call that tyrannical?
We're willing to put him in a democratic position if he does not go immediately to a democratic representation. He can be his power can be limited, and we will put more Sunni representation in the government, but will not allow him to go to a democratic election. We will allow him to be in a position where, after the democracy has been established by you guys under your terms, that eventually, after his term is finished, he could go to a democratic relationship.
What is the definition of his term, though? Because essentially, as your colleague just stated, his family has been charged since the 1970s. What is his term? He does not have a definition of a term.
Yes, but you guys are also responsible for the democracy creation in Syria. So if we're not going to we're not going to give you guys, we'll allow you guys to come up with a plan for the democracy. So if you want to create a 4-year, an 8-year, or 5-year term, whatever, we'll allow that to be created. Our stipulation is he stays in office for the first set of terms that you create.
On what basis?
That you have more Sunni representation in the government.
What are we getting out of this?
You are getting a creation of a democracy under your conditions with Sunni representation in the government, actual Sunni
Is the definition of a democracy not that you choose your leader? By you implementing the leader in the first term, that is not a democracy.
Those are our stipulations for creating the democracy. If we're not able to we're not trying to lose control.
Okay, well,
The
Told us
Assad
that
family,
equal representation 50-50, or as close as we can get to it.
we will definitely not compromise on the Assad family losing its control. The Assad family will think
The Syrian country's population is split 50-50 between Sunni and Shia.
it is not.
Split
Roughly 70-30. So, like that, we are willing to compromise on that because we recognize the Shiites having greater representation. Therefore, should be greater represented in the country. But we also want our side, the Sunni side, to be represented in its equal share.
All right, so the thing that we're saying is that everybody that's in office right now has a chance to be reelected. They can run again.
Our compromise with you on your establishment of this new democracy is that Assad will step down currently as the president. However, Assad will have the ability to rerun as president, and if elected, no one will go against it.
And the Assad family won't agree with that. There's no way the Assad family will.
What's he so scared of, though? If he's done such a great job of ruling the country, shouldn't he have the people's favor then? Since the Sunnis are only 30%, shouldn't the Shiites be willing to re-elect him into the seat of president?
Sunnis are 70%.
And I think Assad is going the right way by installing me as Syrian Prime Minister. So I know the Syrian president very well, and I know his family very well, and they are not willing to give up their power.
Additionally, as we heard in the first things, the president has not been necessarily responsible for the relative violence. As you said, his brother is almost taking blame for the chemical weapons that were used. I think there is a negative connotation of his presidency because of the people that is underneath him that he does not necessarily support the views of. So I do not think by leaving him in office as president during the initial term of the democracy will be negatively impacting the fact that you see him as the sole responsibility for everything that has happened. We have a terrorist group in Syria, Hezbollah, that has been responsible for multiple military violent actions that have not been sanctioned. Yes, we have supported them, but we have not supported them in all of their violent actions. Additionally,
So you're associated with them?
we are associated with them. The Syrian
Their
government,
attacks on Syrian people.
we have never supported them in attacks on Syrian people. We have used them to defend ourselves. We've never funded any attacks against the Syrian people with them. There have been chemical weapons used against the Syrian people, but Assad does not support that, wants the chemical weapons removed, and he was not directly responsible for those chemical weapons. Other people in his government party have used the chemical weapons, but Assad has not.
When they would try his brother then. If Assad is not the one doing it, they would try in front of an international criminal court his brother.
You also got international women's right there. You opened a serious issue international just now.
Right, so far the United States has been pretty passive in their approach in this war, and we're willing to stay out of the war and offer no indirect help to the Free Syrian people, only if you're willing to answer to our demands to allow Assad to force Assad to step down. Because the way I see it, he doesn't really have a choice. Either he steps down on his own terms and has a chance to be reelected in a new democracy, or you risk the United States, the most powerful military in the world, getting directly involved in the war and forcing its hand.
Now the thing is,
Quickly, you have constantly commanded the stepping down of Bashar al-Assad, but have not laid out a single plan of who would run Syria in the meantime between his stepping down and the democratic election of the leader.
The leader of the until we have democracy in place. Is that what you're saying?
Right.
The thing that I have found is that they want the leader of the military to do it, which would be
Muammar al-Assad.
no, our military.
Why would your military get the right to
Because he. Are you? You're a terrorist group. Don't say anything. I'm a general.